coming back. I really appreciate it. God, blimey. Did you get a drink? Because I don't drink. I don't get pubs. They want you in there to have a drink. You have a drink and they throw you out for drinking too much. See, whenever I'm in the pub, I always think of that advert they show at Christmas. Have you seen it? The bloke walks up to the bar and the bloke behind the counter goes like that. Sir, do you mind stepping out of the car and doing a breath test? Look, you've had 2 pints, you're over the limit. There's a 12-month ban and a criminal record. Hey, it's company policy. I've got to let you go. Oh, no, there's only 20,000 on the clock, but that's my final offer. Oh, that's just great. No licence, no job. Now what? And then he says, so what's it going to be? I'll have 2 fucking pints of what you've just had, mate. I'll tell you what. Because you're off your head. Because that's how you end up when you're pissed, isn't it? You become all these different characters. You'll always see that bloke wandering around the car park of the pub on a Friday on his own going, fuck off, you fucking old slag. I just want a couple of weeks break. Well, fuck off, Dan. You know, he's having his own AA meeting out there, you know? I'm not an alcoholic. Oh, yes, you are. It's funny, you can only do that when you're really pissed, have a really good time, but at the same time, have a really bad time. You're like... Then you've got the lads' night out. You'll always have a bunch of blokes at the bar going, down in one, down in one, down... Because whenever pissheads sing, it's always that same tune. Down in one, down in one. And whatever they're going to do next, I'm going to the bog. He's going to the bog, go to the bog, go to the bog. I'm going up the bar. He's going to the bar, go to the bar, go to the bar. I'm going home. He's going home, going home. I'd like to see that bloke Gareth Malone from the series The Choir take on a bunch of pissheads, wouldn't you? OK, let's try Yesterday by Paul McCartney. After 3. 1, 2, 3. Yesterday. Yesterday, yesterday. Have you noticed pissheads always want to sing about how you're getting home? Have you noticed that? You're going home in the fucking ambulance. It's all right if you're an ambulance driver, you know. You're going home in the fucking ambulance. I am, actually. How the fuck do you know? Is that your psychic or something? It's always the same with pissheads. It's great all that singing about how you're going to get home, but they never offer any helpful travel options home, do they? You're going to catch a 903 to the station, then get on the mainline express service to Doncaster unless there's major engineering works, in which case you're advised to change to a road placement bus service. Women are just as bad. You ever see a hen night? A bunch of girls pissed at their head, bashing each other over the head with a giant inflatable penis. What's that about? You never get a bunch of blokes on a stag do you? Bashing each other over the head with a giant inflatable vagina. You know, I love the fancy dress hen night. You'll always get that girl turn up at the pub dressed as Wonder Woman going, Wonder Woman. 5 hours later, you'll see her bunged out the pub doing exactly the same, pissed out of her head, going, rah, rah, rah. And she's just the woman you fucking wonder about, you know? It's like that bloke who's all excited about going out dressed in a Superman costume. He's like, Superman! 5 hours later, you'll see him behind the Chinese in exactly the same position, going, Superman! Oh, fucking hell. Is that a bird? Is that a plane? Fucking carrots, that is. See, whenever I see a bunch of girls out on a hen night, I always worry about the bride-to-be wearing a veil and L-plates. Is she really that innocent? All that bashing over the head with a giant inflatable penis makes you wonder if she's not seen a real one before, she's going to be in for a massive disappointment. And point number 2, if she thinks that's how it's done, the groom's going to be in for a bit of a shock, isn't he? Go on, hit me over the head with it. You sure, love? Go on, fucking hit me over the head. It's fantastic, isn't it? Not for me, love, it ain't. I just got a sore soldier. I got a sore soldier here. Doesn't matter whether it's a stag do or a hen night. When drink's involved, you always end up doing something you regret the next day. Some pisshead gets in, his wife's like that. What do you think you're doing coming home at 5 in the morning? I've got to be up for work at 6. No, you never do anything you're proud of when you're pissed. I mean, Albert Einstein didn't come up with the theory of relativity on a lad's night out. He wasn't standing at the bar going, fuck hell, MC squared, MC squared, MC squared. It's always something you regret, like going to a lap dancing club. You'll always get a bunch of pissed-up blokes full of testosterone in a lap dancing club paying to drool over something they can't have. You know, there's that woman in front of them on that pole going... Do you want this? You can have it. Do you want this? You can have it. It's a con. Where else could that happen? You'd be really pissed off if you was up Greg's. You know, you just pay for that chocolate eclair and the woman behind the counter is like, do you want this? You can have it! No, to those pissed up idiots, she's just a bit of meat on a pole. Then later on, they stagger to the nearest kebab shop and do exactly the same. Stand there holding money, drooling over that kebab, going around on a fucking pole. Do you want this? You can't have it. That was me sheep. That was me sheep. Do you know what I hate most about going out, trying to get home? I don't like getting into those dodgy minicabs after the pub shuts. You know, it's the weekend, you manage to flag down one of those dodgy minicabs, because it doesn't smell like you're getting into a minicab, does it? It smells like you've just climbed into the driver's arse crack. Dipped in onion gravy, you know? You know, you're in the back of the cab going, you must be a bisto bum. Even the pine-scented magic tree hanging from the mirror is like, take me with you. Don't leave me here, please. Why do all minicab drivers look like they've run through Sports Direct in a hurry covered in fucking glue? They don't have Dress Down Friday, they have Couldn't Give a Fuck week. Sometimes me and my wife would go and get something to eat at a restaurant. You know, when you walk into one of those Italian restaurants in Birmingham, as soon as you walk through the door, the waiter's like, oh, ciao, buone, grazie, lovely to have you here. Straight away, you start doing all that mock Italian shit back to him. Oh, grazie, buone, ciao. Suddenly you're talking to the waiter like you're fucking head of the Corleone family, you know? I'm worried about Michael. I'm worried about Michael, you know what I'm saying? Boom, boom. Oh, it's all cool to do that in an Italian restaurant. Oh, yeah, but you wouldn't do that at McDonald's, would you? Copy the bloke behind the counter up there. Do you want fries with that? Do you mind leaving the premises? Do you mind leaving the premises? It's like when you're on your holidays abroad in one of those foreign restaurants with your wife, and the waiter has spent like fucking half an hour going through the specials of the day, you know? We have the little baby lobster wings and loon shells caught only at sunset, simmered in a buttercup snapper with a delicious smidgen of mango juice sticks, dipped in a tangy toffee vinaigrette on a bed of flaming lamb's liver tata-pate. This comes with a sumptuous tiny tureen of hummingbird steam breath, captured with a small thimbleful of Annie Fanny Burt Wheaton Tuna Day sorbet sauce, and a crackerjack pencil and pen glass of rainwater scooped from the chilling Alps that is so pure it doesn't even exist. And your wife won't stop him. She let him get all the way to the end. She's going, just have the egg and toast. Thank you very much. That's why I don't like going to restaurants with my wife. Have you ever had your wife nick a chips off your plate? You be in a restaurant with your wife, she orders the Gwyneth Paltrow Biafro fucking skinny salad, and you order the chips. Worst thing she can say, oh, this is nice, taste that. Oh, I see what's fucking happening here. Because next it'd be, what's yours like? Oh, fuck, do you want a chip? And once she starts, that's it, wave goodbye to them fucking chips, mate. It turns into trying to eat your chips on the end of the pier at the seaside while fending off frickin' seagulls. She's on the other side of the table going, Fuck off. At the end of the meal, she goes, do you think them chips are fattening? Not for me, I didn't fucking have any, did I? See, I think my wife is trying to kill me. I really do. We'd be in a restaurant, she'd go, here, I think that chicken's off, taste that. Fuck off. You can have the trots, I'm not fucking getting them. Mrs. fucking Ebola arse. I don't like fussy eaters. I don't like, you know when you sat in a restaurant with them fussy, you know, they just sat at the table just moaning about everything on the menu, you know? There's nothing on there for me. There's nothing on there for me. This is too cold, this ain't cold enough. Oh, fuck. The waiter's like, would you like some gravy? Go on then, a little bit of gravy, a little bit more, ruined. It's like, I wear glasses, I can't see fuck all, I can't see anything, you know? So I go to a restaurant, I can't read the menu. First thing I do is start feeling my breast for my glasses. So there was a time when I took my wife out to try and feel her breast. Now I'm fucking feeling my own. People love noisy food. Have you noticed that? How many times have you been sat in a Chinese restaurant and the waiter walks past with all that sizzling food, making all that noise? And everyone goes, ooh! Who's getting the sizzling food? What's so impressive about noisy food? I know all my food's still making a noise when it comes out that kitchen, thanks. You'd freak out if the waiter brought a fucking live cow over to your table. What bit would you like? That's why I don't like going out, mind you. I don't like staying in either. You ever had a pizza delivered to your house? What's going on with the pizza delivery bloke? As soon as he knocks on your door, somebody will answer the door and go, here, there's somebody at the front door wearing a crash helmet. What's he want? Well, it's not the Stig, you twat. He's got a big box in his hand. Do you ever answer your front door with that security chain on? That's meant to stop nutters getting into your house. But now to that delivery bloke, it's you that looks like you just buried somebody under your fucking patio. You know, because you're staring at that gap, you know? What do you want? Pizza for two. No, there's only one there. You look mental talking through a gap. That's why you can't speak for your letterbox. You look fucking mental because you can't do a full facial expression. You've got to do bits of your face at a time. You're like, what do you want? Then you got to listen. And why is it, anytime you get a knock on the door from the delivery bloke, suddenly everyone in the house goes nuts just because it's food, you know? Food's here! Food, Mum! Food's here, Mum! Fucking all right. You know, you're ordering Indian takeaway. Mum, Indian's here! Mum, Indian! All right, it's not fucking Gandhi. What, just because your food's coming? You wouldn't do that in a restaurant, would you? No, you're all sat around the table, the waiter's on his way over to your table, you know, with a big tray of food. You're all sat there going, food's coming! Food! All right, mate, it's only fish and chips. People are all precious about food these days. Have you noticed that, you know? All these cooking shows on the TV, all this food on every channel. We don't know how lucky we are. It all seems so wasteful, doesn't it? Especially when there's people starving in the world. I think it's a political solution, but the burden always falls to us, the public. You know, surely these so-called charities can come up with better ideas. Have you seen this one? Where you can be like a pen pal to some poor kid in Africa. You can sponsor little Kwame, where for just £3 a month, you can sponsor his whole village and be his pen pal. How the fuck does that work? How can we be a pen pal to some poor kid in Africa? What do they expect us to talk about? Dear Kwame, what a night. We went to the cinema and had a huge bucket of popcorn. Then we stopped off at Nando's, the menu I've enclosed for you to look at. The portions were fucking outrageous. I can't move. Anyway, must go, pizza's here. We're staying in tonight to watch the Great British Bake Off. There's a programme about cakes in that. Dear English sponsor persons, your evening sounds very exciting. Thank you for sending the Nando's menu, for which we now all live in. We also have a bake-off over here.
We stand in the hot sun for hours and hours, waiting for a fucking UN drop.
It's like that other one that keeps showing on the news channels. There are only 3 snow leopards left in the world, so send us your money. What's the point in that? How does that affect some poor bloke on a council estate in the middle of Manchester? People only respond to something if it affects them. Like if they said on that advert, there are only 3 cod fillets left in the sea.
Fuck, what will I have with me chips?
There are only 5 bits of scampi and 1 portion of mushy peas. As good as fucking posted, love.
Hello? Yes, I'd like to adopt and be a pen pal to a large Savoy, please. I refuse to let it be extinct until I eat the bastard.
I do my bit, but I don't think you could ever do enough. That's why I don't get it every Christmas. They come out with those charity calendars. You know, the worst one of all. Have you seen this one? The Calendar Girls calendar. Why do we have to look at a bunch of saggy 60-year-old women from the Cheltenham WI in the buff? We're trying to raise money to stop people being sick, not while you're hanging on my fucking fridge door. It don't... I mean, even the fridge magnet's like, fucking hell. They're always in that barn, aren't they? Doing a different pose for each month with a strategically placed cherry ice bun in front of their droopy baps. You know, as the months go by, she gets older and older. It's like January, February, March, April, May, June. Oh, it's all very tasteful. They all stand behind something so you can't see their bits. You know, they're at the photo shoot and the photographer's like that. Oh, I see you're standing behind that big bale of hay. No. I just had a bit of trim for a while, that's all. Hasn't seen a lot of action. I notice you never get the blokes who work for Network Rail doing a fucking calendar. You know why, don't you? All the dates will be fucked about. Be a small notice on the front. Due to engineering works, January will now be frickin' April. I can't. Listen, I can't talk. I'm getting older. I know, you know, I'm taking tablets for fucking all sorts these days. I don't get it. Is it me? I bought some Nurofen the other day. Is it me? Because it said on the packet, if you become unconscious, seek medical attention. How? The doctors can be just as confusing. I got examined by him recently. It made no sense whatsoever. He said, go behind the screen, get undressed and lie down. I said, what for? You're out here. Well, it's not for privacy, is it? Because in a minute he's going to be in there with me. So what was the fucking point in that? We could have both stayed out here. I said to him, why don't you go behind the screen? I'll get undressed out here and I'll join you when the fuck I want.